My name is Christian McPhearson, and I am from Denver, Colorado, originally. I've lived all over the world, but I've ended up here in Tulsa. And I think I came across an advertisement. I was actually just thinking about that before I came in here. I believe I saw an advertisement right around the time that they opened. And I've been wanting to try it since I saw the movie Altered States. And so I was like, I'm gonna do it. I've been wanting to do this for like 25 years, so I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do it. I wanted to start floating because I was really tired and very stressed out. And I do yoga, I do meditation, I do massage, I do a lot of, I get massages, I do a lot of that kind of stuff. But it was something that was different. Sometimes my mind races and I can get easily distracted and I lack focus, so to speak. And so even in meditation, sometimes when your eyes are closed and you're sitting there, it's hard to go deeper, and it's just hard to quiet your mind. And so I thought, well, maybe this is something that might work. It could be a type of meditation that would be very relaxing and good. And so, and it is exactly that. I go into I've tried pretty much each one of the rooms now, and it doesn't matter which room I'm in. There's a different experience with each one, but I immediately go into this deep sense of relaxation and calm and meditation and quiet, and I just kind of rest. And it's an hour away where I can shut off, disconnect, and calm down and just kind of go into a different place and relax. And it just takes away stress. It takes away joint pain. There's so many different added benefits that you don't even expect with something like this. Focus, energy, calm, relaxation, release of pain, so many different things. And it's just very calming and very soothing, and you feel very peaceful afterwards. And so I'm probably around 26 floats under my belt now, maybe 27, and I look forward to it every time I come in. So yeah, it's my oasis in the desert, so to speak. I'll do it at least once a month. Sometimes there are those months that I want to come in a lot more. I'll do it, sometimes I'll come in once a week. It just depends. Sometimes I'll book a massage and then go in for a float afterwards. Sometimes I'll do some oxygen. Sometimes I always have tea. You have to have tea because they have an amazing selection. So I do combinations of things, but generally whenever I'll feel it. I'm like, I need to go float, and I'll just come in and do it. But at least once a month, if not more. Room number 2, definitely without a doubt. It was the first pool I floated in.
I'll just pause you one.
Yeah.
So I would just say I floated in all of them.
Okay.
But my favorite one is this.
Okay. I floated in all the pools, but my favorite pool is it's the enclosed pool. It's in room 2, and it was the first pool that I floated in, and I don't know. I think because I had such a great experience, it's like it was my first time, and so I think I just have kind of a bond with that that particular one. But I always feel great every time I go in there. Each pool is different. The pod I get quite a bit because sometimes I book a lot last minute, and it's the one that's available. And it's enclosed. It's like a womb. It's very warm, and it's really nice. But it's a very closed space, so you're not floating around like you would in the open pools. And then I've tried the big pool a couple of times, and it's much bigger and it's open. There's no walls, and it's you can feel the air differently. It's a different experience. So. But they're all beautiful and they're all wonderful. It's just that the room number 2 is my favorite. Floating has, my experiences inside the pool are varied. Sometimes you'll go in and you kind of struggle to find your space. You've struggled to calm down, relax your mind, and just get to that point where you're in an altered state of consciousness. Other times you go in and you go into the pool and you just disappear. You're immediately there, you go right in, and it's an amazing experience from start to finish. Sometimes you'll have 15 minutes of that, and the rest of it, your mind is racing and you're kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. But then I think the thing is if you can just remind yourself the reason why you're doing it, and take a deep breath and start breathing and just relax into the whole situation, you'll immediately go off into that wonderful altered state of consciousness, or that kind of state of oneness where you're just quiet and relaxed, and you kind of go out and you disappear for a while. I've done 2-hour floats a couple of times, and those are always the best for me, actually, because I know going into it that I'm going to be in there for a while, so I immediately get into that space much quicker. I think it's a mental game, and then I'm out for 2 hours and I don't even notice the time that I'm in there. Other times, like I'll just come in for a quick hour and I'm like rushing and I'm like, oh, I only have an hour, and I'll get maybe 15 minutes. So I think you have to go in with the right state of mind, and you're going to have an amazing experience based on where your head's at, and it's kind of like anything, really. But knowing that outside of the tank, it starts to affect the way you deal with things in life. You're much calmer, you're less reactive, you are able to kind of communicate with other people one-on-one in a quicker, in a less reactive way. You're more focused on who they are, and there's more of an interaction, a one-on-one interaction. You're less distracted, I guess is what I'm trying to say, when you're talking to people. And just you have more of an overall sense of calm about you in your daily life. You're less, wound up. So, because it takes a lot of that out of you, all that anxiety. If you have anxiety, you have to do this because it'll suck it right out of you. So, which is a contradiction to what a lot of people think. They think, oh, I'm going to be by myself in the water in a dark room, and that immediately that idea causes anxiety in their head. And I'll pay for people to come here because they don't believe me that it's a wonderful experience, and it's always the same thing. They come out of that room, I'm like, what'd you think? And they're like, oh my God, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I can't believe how wonderful. That was so peaceful. That was so great. It's always the same reaction. They're stressed out and worried going in, and then they come out and they're just like, and I'm like, yes, it's exactly how it is. I will recommend H2Oasis to my friends and family. I have recommended it to my friends and family. I've paid for my friends and family to come here and float, and because I believe in it so much, and it's been so beneficial for me that I want other people to experience it. So I bring in everybody and anybody that will listen to me and is open to it, and I've done it numerous times, and each one of those people is so thankful afterwards. So yeah, 100%, I would recommend it to everyone.